In this video for OpenBuildings Designer Connect Edition, we'll take a look at modeling takeoffs and flex duct connections. I'm in my model here. Get over to the corner of the project where I've got some terminals modeled previously, and I'll place some ductwork first here. So I'll check my ACS plane lock and ACS plane snap lock. I'll turn both of those on. Select my Duct tool from the Mechanical tab of the ribbon interface. We get our property panel. You see my family is set to Duct. My part is set to Supply New. In my placement options, I'll turn off Part Family Orientation, Size, and Shape. I'll utilize the base offset here to set that center of the duct. See that my placement option here is on middle center. I'll set it at 21 feet. And over in the property panel, I am placing rectangular duct, my catalog item. Double check my width and depth, 18 by 16. Set my phase to new construction. And when I'm utilizing that base offset, I like working in a top orientation. So my view 2 over here is in a top orientation, and I'll just place this duct using my Accudraw inner shortcut to keep it nice and straight there, and I'll place that length of duct and then a right click to reset out of the command. So next I'll place a takeoff onto that duct. So we'll come to the duct accessory tool. Again, we see our property panel. This time I will turn on all these options: part, family, orientation, size, and shape. Not really utilizing the base offset because we'll snap on to the duct to locate the takeoff. So I'll turn off my ACS plane and ACS plane snap locks here. And I'm placing this duct fitting rectangular takeoff to round connection. Once again, in the property panel, I'll set my phase to new construction. I notice my diameter I've got set to 12 inches. The prompt in the status bar says select element or data point to place. You see down here. So I'll snap onto this duct. I'll get zoomed in there so we can see. So I'm just hovering over the corner of it. It will find that connection point is in the center there. Then I see the takeoff there. I'll left click to accept that point. And as soon as I left click, that takeoff is attached to that duct. Now we have some Accudraw shortcuts we can utilize here if we need to. For example, I can type in RW, which means rotate left. So that fitting actually is now underneath the duct. If I hit RW again, you can see it's over on the other side of the duct. RW is on the top. So if the initial side that it's on is not the side you need, we can utilize those Accudraw shortcuts. One other Accudraw shortcut to take a look at here is called rotate fitting, and that's RR on our keyboard. And notice when I do it, how the orientation of that takeoff, we look at it here in this wireframe display style in the top view. Put RR. You can see how that angled side of the takeoff gets rotated. So I want it to be in the direction of the airflow, and I'll just select a point here to locate it. And I'll right click again to exit the placement of the rectangular to round takeoff here. Now I'll place some round ductwork coming off of the takeoff. So I'll go back to my Duct tool. And this time I will keep these placement options all turned on. So part and family will match the part and family orientation. That has more to do with duct accessories. But let's pay attention to the size and shape option. So that will match the size of the connection and the shape of the connection. So if you notice, my property panel shows that I'm on duct rectangular. Well, if I just come down here and snap onto that connection, it changes my catalog item from that duct rectangular to duct round, and it also matches that 12-inch diameter. And that's one of the functions of those placement options, toggles that you can turn off and on. So I've got it snapped on here. I'll left click to accept that point. Again, use my Accudraw inner shortcut, and I'll place some round ductwork here, leading into these air terminals. Now I'm in the duct command. I'll change my catalog item to Duct Flexible Flex Duct. You can see the preview here. I'm still utilizing the match part family, size, and shape. If I get snapped onto that endpoint, when you're placing flex duct, you're placing the route of the duct, and then once you connect it, it will create the flex duct. So if you watch the way this works, I'll snap onto it. See, it's like I'm placing a B-spline as the path, and usually I'll pick another point on the way to it. Then I'll come down here. You know, my Accudraw Z-Lock is turned on. I'll turn that off so I can get down to this point right here. I don't want to be constrained to where that Accudraw compass is. So I'm snapped onto the air terminal. I'll left click there. Notice the prompt says select next point or reset to place. So I've got my points already. I'll right click to reset, and that will model my flex duct. If we take a look at it over here in our different display style, you can see the wireframe display style. Let's change it to our presentation full color with shadow. Get a better look at how that looks. I'll go ahead and model one on the other side to feed that other supply duct. To go back through the tools here, I'll come to the mechanical tab, choose my duct accessory. My catalog item will go right back to the last one I placed here. I've got part family, orientation, size, shape turned on. I've got my ACS locks turned off. I'll snap to the end of that duct. Now here's where I'll rotate it, RR, to rotate it at about itself. And then I'll hit RW a couple of times here, so you can see it on the other side. Then I can line it up if I need to with this one. So now I've got that on that side. Let's go ahead and rotate my view to another isometric orientation. This one will work good. And I'll just rotate it dynamically a little bit here. And again, I'll place some rigid round ductwork. Now, when you've got your catalog item set to flex duct, even though I've got these options turned on here, it will still want to place flex duct. So I'll come over here and change it to round. In this case, get snapped on there. I'll place some length of round ductwork here. I'll right click, and I'll change this to flex duct. Staying in the tool there. Pick my points. Again, I notice my Accudraw Z-Lock. I can hit Z on my keyboard to turn that Accudraw Z-Lock off. Got a couple of points on the way there. I've snapped onto the air terminal. I right click to reset to model the flex duct. Occasionally, you'll see this error. Notice what happened in the model out there, but I get a message down here that says not able to create flex duct. And that's when it's too tight of a turn. So I'll undo that, Control Z on my keyboard, and I'll just move this endpoint of that round ductwork, and we'll place some more flex duct on there. So back to the tool. And here's where I'll pick a couple of points on the way to the air terminal, and then a reset, right click on the mouse. And there we go. We can see how it did finish the operation there. So we saw in a previous video how we can use the device hookup tool. There's times when you'll need to model them kind of manually like we just did, but we have that capability by using the duct accessory and then the flex duct tool. in combination with our rigid ductwork. Thanks for watching.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.